Om. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sai Ram. Just to recap what we discussed last week, there were some questions about some of the things which I think I stated. So I think we will just take a look at the Mahamrityunjaya Mantram just to start, and then we will go on. I'll just repeat what we had done. I'll just read the mantra. Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityormukshiya Mamritat. I'd gone over the meaning. Triambakam means one who has, I think I will take you down. So, as we discussed, Triambakam means it's comprised of two words, three and Ambakam. Three means three, Ambaka is I. Yajamahe means we worship. So we worship the three-eyed Lord. Okay. Sugandhim. Sugandhim has multiple meanings. Smell is one, and connection, relationship also mentioned are also meant by that word Gandhi. So it means good vasanas, good samskaras, good vasanas. The divine is full of good things. And that is the best connection also in this world, best relationship, the best company. So Sugandhim. Pushti Vardhanam means Pushti is nourishment, fullness, completeness, development, growth, everything is covered. Vardhanam, so Pushti Vardhanam means by associating with that, we become full, we also become ripe. Okay. Urvarukam iva bandhanat. Urvarukam, multiple meanings are given to Urvarukam, but it's a type of melon which is from a creeper and it's on the ground, and when it ripes, it just detaches itself from the creeper, or it remains there but it's detached. So Urvarukam iva, it's a melon, iva, like, just like that. Bandhanat means from bondage. Mrityoho, from death. Mukshiya, liberate. So it's a prayer to liberate us from the bondage and death. Just like the way the Urukam fruit or the melon, which is ripe and has good smell, detaches itself. So it's a prayer and it's also an instruction for ourselves, saying that we should become ripe like that melon which is detached. Why it is detached? Because it has filled itself with Sugandhim, good vibrations, good vasanas, good connection, good contact. With whom? The Lord. The only best connection in this world is God. So Sugandhim, Pushtivardhanam, that also makes us full, complete, Purnam. It makes us ripe with Jnanam. Okay, as Swami says. Mukshiya. So liberate from all that bondage which is this world. Mrit also means earth to some meaning. So any earthly, worldly bondages. Mrityu also means death. The Lord of death is called Mrityuhu. So from him, from time itself, we are praying that we be liberated. We are praying to the Lord who knows all three. Triambaka means, the three eyes means who knows the past, present, future. So that means he is beyond time. Kalatita, it is said. Okay, he is beyond time. So we are praying to that Lord. Once we connect to that Lord, the worship is the connection. Worship is the becoming ripe. Worship is the way we cultivate good qualities, vasanas, good tendencies. And that is the prayer. And then there is a caveat, means Ma Amritat. I think this is where many people had question. Amritat means immortality is one meaning. But Amritat also can mean Amritam, which is sweet, which is nectar, which also means bliss. Also, Amritam also means God. The only thing in this world, the only principle in this world which does not have death in this world is God. He transcends time because Triambakam. So we do not want to be separated from that Amrita. Ma Amrita, not from the Amrita. So we are praying to the Lord, because when we say be away from everything, we are saying, Lord, let us not be away from you. Let us not be detached from you. Let us not be separated from you. So that is also part of the prayer. It also means by connecting to the Lord and not being separate from the Lord, we will become detached from the world, because the mind has a tendency to be attached to everything or something. So the only way we can cultivate detachment is to attach ourselves with Amritam or God or Triambaka. So that is what this prayer is all about. And we said that, Swami has said that this does not free us from death. The bodily death will happen to everyone. Okay, but it should not happen in akala. Akala means not at the right time, not at the right way. And Swami would define it as, what is the right time to die? When we have achieved the goal of our life, which is to know ourselves, know who God is, and fully attached and merged with the Lord. And that is the right time to die. So that is what this prayer is supposed to help us achieve. Because the body will die because body is not us. The mind will also die because the mind is also not us. Once we realize that we are the Atman, we are a spark of the divine, that is the right time to die. And this prayer is supposed to get us to that point in time. So those are things which we discussed and shared. So I thought I will just recollect. Now we will go on to today's lesson. If there's a question. Sairam,
Sairam,
Sister
brother.
Kushi. Yes.
Good morning. So Triambakam, the M, is that an Anuswara? I heard some people
Yes.
chanting Triambake.
So I will go back to, I think this question was asked by Bhavani last week. So I will. So see, Triambakam. Okay, the dot at the top is Anuswara. Okay. So whenever there's a sandhi, the Anuswara will take on the same, it takes on a different sound depending on the akshara which is following that. Okay, so if you just say Triyambakam, it is Triyambakam because Anuswara, it's in its natural state, its pronunciation but when it is conjoined with another word which comes behind it, which is in this case it's a year, so the Anuswara gets pronounced by many Vedic Pandits as E. Okay, the become E because it's Anuswara. So usually they would pronounce it as Triyambakai Yajamahe. That is the way it is pronounced because the Anuswara changes. So that is the technical detail. But there are people who pronounce it as Triyambakam Yajamahe also. They feel that is also not wrong. But generally, Vedic Pandits tend to pronounce it as Triyambakai Yajamahe. So that's pretty common in because they are keeping a meter, chandas, and the matras are very important. But that's I will leave it at that. It is an Anuswara. It is prone to changing based on the letter which follows it. Okay, I hope that clarifies, sister.
Yes, thank you, Sairam.
Yes, Dasan. Yeah, you have to unmute and speak, brother.
So thank you so much. Okay, giving the meaning and everything, brother. I know that Gayatri Mantra and Triyambagam, people say that is the important mantra in your life. You have to know. So I took longer time to memorize. It's not easy. For the new people, I know most of the people knows this one. Can you say Triyambagam in slow and after that little bit of faster? Then with the vibration, brother, is good for the people not yet memorize. Because this is my experience, I'm telling. This is the way I memorize. It's very hard. Thank you, Sairam, brother.
Okay, brother. I think you should record it. There are enough versions there. Maybe I will post one. You should not listen to me and say it. But I will, for today, I will just say it. But ideally, what I would do is I will post just a Triambakam Yajame extract, and maybe in the YouTube itself, and I will share the link, and you all can listen to it again and again. Because the reality is, one is to know academically, one is also to practice it on a regular basis. So people who do practice, recite this again and again for years together. The mantra sort of gets ingrained, and that's you should listen to them. I don't think I fall under that category, but because you asked, I will just recite it to the best way possible. But I would urge you to. I will post something so you can listen to it. Maybe I will post it in multiple speeds, so you can. Okay, so this is the way the swaras. In you don't have to worry so much about the swara, which is ideally that's the way it should be chanted, because in Vedas there are few things which you have to pay attention to. One is akshara. Akshara means every letter. Then you should understand the padam. Padam means a word. So that is one. Okay. Then the padam also includes 3-4 things. Okay, aksharam is one. The second one is matra, the timing of each note. And then the swara, the way it should be swarita, udata, anudata, and okay. So these you need to be aware of. So I have color coded and put them in such a way that that's the way it's supposed to be chanted. There are two ways here. The lines above, there is a vertical line here, which should be at a higher pitch. When there is a line at the bottom, which is horizontal, a dash, that means it should be at the lower level. Okay. So I will just slowly chant it, but I will post it. You can listen and chant, because I will. I think that will be the best. I will give an extract, brother, but just because you asked, I will just chant it once. Okay. Triambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushti vardhanam urvaruka miva bandhanan mrityor mukshiya mamritat triyambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushti vardhanam urvaruka miva bandhanan mrityor mukshiya mamritat triyambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushti vardhanam urvaruka miva bandhanan urvarukamiva bandhanan mrityor mukshiya mamritat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sairam brother, I'll post it. I think you can listen to it. There's a nice. A few people have done a good job of making it easy for people to learn. So I will post it. Okay, and you can follow along.
Thank you, Brother Sarah.
So we are going back to Suprabathum. One second. So, I think you can see it clearly, I guess. No. So we are in this verse. So we looked at the start. Ishwaramba Sutta Shriman Purva Sandhya Pravartate Uttishta Satyasayisha Kartavyam Daivamahmiham. This is the first one. Uttishtottishta Parthisha Uttishta Jagatipate Uttishta Karuna Purna Lokamangala Siddhaye. We have looked at that as well. Then we looked at Chitravati Tata Vishala Sushanta Saudhe Tishtanti Sevaka Janastava Darshanartham Aditya Kantiranubhati Samasta Lokan Sri Satyasai Bhagavan Tava Suprabhat. We looked at verse. Then we looked at the Tvannama Kirtana Ratastava Divya Nama Gayanti Bhakti Rasapana Prakrishta Chitta. Tvannama Kirtana Ratastava Divya Nama Gayanti Bhakti Rasapana Prakrishta Chitta Datum Kripa Sahita Darshana Masutebhyah Sri Bhagavan Tava Suprabhat. Sri Satya Sai Bhagavan Tava Suprabathum. We have looked at all these verses. Now we are in the next verse, which is, I will read it out slowly. Then we will go over the letters and meaning. Okay. Adaya Divya Kusumani Manoharani Sripada Pujana Vidhim Bhavadangri Mule Kartum Mahotsukataya Pravishanti Bhakta Shri Sathya Sai Bhagavan Tava Suprabathum. Okay, I've given the transliteration also, I think, because there was a request to give transliteration where possible. So now we are going to look at each line and go letter by letter, just the way we have done for the others. I think it may be repetition or it may be too simple for many of you, but I guess it's, I just for everyone's sake, I thought I will go over. The first letter is A, the second vowel, long akaram. The second letter is Da, which is id plus A again, the longer A. The next letter is Ya, which is E plus A is Ya. A, Da, Ya. The next letter is D, which is id plus E gives us D. The next letter is Vya. So it's comprised of three letters. It's a compound consonant. U, E, and it's Vya. Okay. The next letter is, so there's Divya. The next letter is Ku. Uk plus U gives us Ku. Next letter is Su. Is plus U gives us Su. Next letter is Ma. Plus A, which is longer. Akaram. Next letter is Ni, which is in plus E, it gives us Ni. Kusumani. The next letter is Ma. Plus A is Ma. The next letter is No. In plus O is No. The next letter is Ha, which is plus A is Ha. The next letter is Ra, which is comprised of and A, Ra. The last letter is Ni, which is the cerebral Na. So the tongue should be bent, pointing upwards towards the roof of the mouth. Ni. Plus E gives us Ni. Mano hara ni. Okay. We'll go to the next line. Shri Pada Pujana Vidhim Bhavad Dangri Mule. The first letter is Shri, which we have come across again and again, so but I will still go through. There is a compound consonant made up ish. This ish is palatal, so the tongue will be parallel to the cavity, the roof of the mouth. Ish, ir, and e, longer one, so it's Shri. The next letter is Pa. Up plus A gives us Pa. The next letter is The. Id plus A gives us The. Shri Pada. The next letter is Pu. Up plus U, the longer U. Pu. Next letter is Ja. Ij plus A gives us Ja. The next letter is Na. In plus A gives us Na. Pujana. The next letter is V. Uv plus E is V. The next letter here is dhim. Okay. Id, which is the fourth letter in the tha varga, which is with mahaprana, with a lot of air, okay, with a little bit of force. The id plus e plus anuswara, so it's dhim, vidhim. The next letter is bha, which is the fourth letter in the pa varga, with a lot of air, mahaprana. Ub plus gives us bha, bha. The next letter is va, u plus a is va, bhava. Okay. The next letter is the. I've given two versions here. I will explain. Ud plus a gives us the. Okay. But as you can see, I have used an Aniswara here. So I put the Aniswara here. There are two ways to write it. So I'm showing both them. Okay. Here I've given you a compound consonant. G, g. This is the fourth letter in the ka varga. G. Okay. G. The next letter is ir, e. So all these four make up a compound consonant called ngri. Ngri. Okay. But I have given another version. So here what has happened, the way I have written here, which is that's what you'll commonly come across. It is dang gri. Because it's an anuswara at the top, the anuswara changes the sound depending on what comes after. So usually the anuswara takes the fifth letter in each of the vargas. Varga is, ka, ka, ga, ga, nga. There's the fifth one, which is a nasal sound. If you look at the 5-letter combinations, which are called vargas, ka, cha, ta, ta, pa. If you go back to the consonant table, the fifth letter is a nasal sound. So that is what it becomes. Okay, that's why I have tried to show you the pronunciation is ng. Okay, not damgri. Okay, dangri. Okay, so anuswara, because it's one word, that anuswara can be used, but it can be written like this also. So I'm just trying to show you both, depending on where you are finding, where you're reading it. Both are acceptable conventions of writing it. Okay. So it is dangri. Okay. The next letter is mu. Plus u, which is the longer one. It's mu. Last letter is le. Il plus a is le. Mu le. So bhava dangri mu le. That's what I have here. Bhava dangri mu le. Okay. I don't know whether I'm rushing through, but I hope if there are questions, you can ask me later. The third line is kartum mahotsukataya pravishanti bhakta. Okay, first letter is ka, which is ik plus a is ka. The next letter is irtum, which is a compound consonant. Ir, it, u, and irtum. Okay, as you all know, the ir, when it becomes the first letter, it becomes a hook at the top of the letter, and tu, and there's anuswara. They are just within that hook. Irtum. Kartum. The next letter is ma. Plus a is ma. The next letter is ho. Plus o is ho. Next letter is itsu. It's a compound consonant again. It, is, and u. It's itsu. Mahotsu. The next letter is ka. Ik plus a, ka. The next letter is ta. It plus a is ta. Next letter is ya, which is a longer akaram. E plus a, longer one, ya. Mahotsukataya. Okay, that's what we have here. Mahotsukataya. Mahotsukataya. The next letter is pra. It's a compound consonant. I think we have come across quite often. It's up, ir, and is pra. The ra here is like a diagonal line slanting towards your left. Slanting downward to your left is ra. Okay, pra. The next letter is v. U plus e is v. The next letter is sha, which is ish plus a is sha. The next letter is a compound consonant again. Inti. In, it, and e. Three letters combine and make inti. The next word is bhakta. Bha is the fourth letter in the pa varga. Ub plus a is bha with a lot of air. Okay, bha. The last letter is a compound consonant. Ukta. Uk, it, a, and visarga. Ukta. Bhakta. The last line is Sri Sathya Sai Bhagavan Tava Suprabathum. We have seen it a few times, so I have not given it. So these are we have gone through the letters and looked at the pronunciation, and each letter we have looked at the aksharam. You know, whenever we read Sanskrit, we should pay attention to the aksharam, which is each letter, what it's comprised of and what's the sound it produces. So that's what we have done. Now we are going to look at the words, padam. Okay. Okay, the first word is adaya. Adaya means having collected. See, you do an action and then you do something else, then you'll say having done that. Okay, having collected. It comes from the word called ada. Okay, da means to give, ada means to collect. Okay, that's the way it works. Okay, ada means to take, accept. It also means keeping in mind. Means we receive something in our mind, that is also called ada. Okay. So adaya means having done that, having taken, having collected, having received. That's the meaning of adaya. The next word is divya. Divya means divine. Okay. It also means shining. Okay. Anything which gives away light is called div. So divya means that which is very bright, shining. Okay. It's emitting light. Okay. The next letter is kusumani. Okay. Kusumani means flowers. The word kusumam means flower. This is flowers means kusumani. We'll take a look at the singular and plural a little later. Kusumani means flowers. So having collected divine flowers, that's what it means. The next word is manoharani. Okay. Means generally it means beautiful, captivating. It also means arresting the mind, stopping the mind, stealing the mind also, or grabbing the attention of the mind. Mana is made of two words, manas, mind, and hara, to steal, captivate. Manoharani. So anything which grabs your attention is manoharani. So this manoharani is actually an adjective of the kusumani, flowers. What type of flowers they are? They are divya kusumani and they are also manoharani. Okay, so they arrest our mind. So I will come back, but I will just go over the meanings word by word, and then we'll come back to when we put together what does it mean. The next letter is Shri. I think we have already looked at. Wealth or auspiciousness is common meaning. Swami will say it is anything divine is also called Shri. Pada. Pada is feet. It also means quarter. Okay, in Tamil we'll say kal, means it's quarter. So pada means feet or quarter. Pujana means worship. The next word is vidhim. Okay. Vidhim has multiple meanings. It means doing something is also called vidhi, doing anything, performing something. It also means a rule or regulation. Rule and regulation is also vidhi. The method of doing something. It also means command. If there's a command, that is also called vidhi. Okay, we have also vidhi, our karma vidhi also, that means God has ordained that that's what it should be. So that's also called vidhi. Okay. Sri Pada Pujana Vidhi. The next word is a very mixed word. It's called a samasa. I think we have discussed that. That is, you put multiple words together to mean something. It's Bhavad Angri Mule. It's comprised of three distinct words: Bhavat, Angri, and Mule. What happens with this it is, it becomes id because of sandhi. When they come together, sometimes the sounds change. So this it becomes id. That is how you get bhava dangri mule. Okay. So bhavat angri mule. So I just wanted to show you the sandhi. Bhavat becomes bhavad angri mule. So bhavat means that which is present. Anything that is present or it exists is called bhavat. Angri means a foot, again, or a quarter of a stanza. If you take a verse, one of the lines will be called angri. Okay, a foot or a quarter of a stanza is general meaning and common meaning, but it can also refer to a verse. So I think in kirtanas, you all know, they have what's called charanam. Charanam means feet again. There are a couple, the verses which come after something is called charanam. So vidhi angri means something like that, you can say. Okay. The last word is mule. I should say, should have said in. Okay, sorry. In the root. Okay. Mule means in. Okay. Moolam means root or source or original text. All these are designated by the word moolam. So mule means in. So what it basically means, this pujana vidhi, which is Sripada Pujana Vidhi, which is present in the Angri Mule. Okay. In short, what it basically means is the worship, the process of the rules of worship of the divine feet, which are present in the Mule, which is scriptures. Moolam also can be Veda, because the original text is nothing but the Vedas. Okay, what the Vedas or the Agamas say in their verses. So the Pujana Vidhi which is present in the Vedas, you can say, or scriptures. Okay, I think I have. I'm going to, it's going to be a bit slow because the next verse I thought I had saved. Give me a minute, okay? 1 second. I'm going to pause. So sorry, what has happened is I think I had done it, but I seem to have deleted it by accident. I couldn't find the original. So I am going to do it live here. So I hope it's clear. I will update. I don't know whether what I posted may have not had it, but we will go through. So the first word is kartum. Kartum means for doing, or or you can say to do. Okay. Kartum. Karta comes from the word karta, or kriti. Okay, so it is basically wanting to do something. Kartum. Maho utsukaya is made of two words. One is maha. 1 second, I think I will have to. So you can see one. Okay, it's I'm just going to. Okay, so it's made of maha utsukaya is again it's a sandhi. So there are two words which make the word mahotsukataya. One is maha, the other one is utsukataya. Okay, so the word maha, sorry, it's like blackboard. If I'm doing it on the blackboard, it will be like this. Maha means great. Okay, utsukataya means with ardent desire. I think that's the best way I would characterize it. Or zeal, you can say. Okay, so utsuka. Okay, so utsukataya comes from a word which is utsukata. Okay, utsukata means ardent desire or zeal. You can also say excitement if you want to put it, but it's not a positive word, so I have not used it. When you are, it's a lot of excitement, utsukataya. Pravishanti means Pravishanti means they are entering. Okay, because even though the word they it's not there, the ending of the verb inti denotes that there are many people. Pravishanti means they are entering. Pravesha means to entrance. Pravesha. So pravishanti means they are entering. Bhakta means devotee. Okay. So I'm very sorry if it took me time to show, but I think you would have seen what I'm doing. Okay, so kartum, for doing. So what's happening is devotees, bhakta are entering. Bhakta pravishanti, they are entering. Okay, they are coming. Why are they coming or entering the ashram? We already said they're all waiting, but now this says this bhakta are coming, devotees are coming. Mahotsukataya, with great desire for doing. So they're coming with a lot of desire to do something. What do they want to do? Sri Pada Pujana Vidhim. So they are coming with great excitement to do your Pada Puja, to the Pada Puja, to the divine feet. How are they planning to do the divine puja? They are planning to do based on the vidhi, which is present in the Vedas. What Vedas have told or commanded. Okay, the Vedas have told how something should be done. The Pada Puja should be done. So they have come to do the Pada Puja the way it has been described or prescribed in the Vedas. And how have they come? They have come Adaya Divya Kusumani Manoharani, having collected flowers which are divine flowers, which are Manoharani, which are so beautiful and captivating. So this is the meaning of the verse. If you go back to the full verse, okay, Adaya Divya Kusumani. So they have collected all these flowers to do Pada Puja based on the rules which are prescribed in the Vedas, and they're coming with great excitement. They're coming. Bhaktas are coming, devotees are coming. Oh Sri Sathya Sai, this is your Suprabathum, this is your morning, early morning. So it is a call to the divinity to awake. Swami would give slightly different meaning, so I will go through that also. So as I said, Adaya means we have to keep something in mind. So we have to grasp something in our mind. So what do we have to grasp? That Kusumani, we have to talk about flowers, Divya Kusumani, divine flowers, Manoharani, which arrest the mind. So Swami, there are many discourses where Swami has told the flowers which he wants are not necessarily the flowers which we get from trees. Though those flowers also symbolize and they are also pleasing to the eye and they give us a lot of joy. He said the real flowers are the flowers which arrest the mind. So the mind should be halted. Manoharani. Kusumani, what are the flowers? Swami will say Kshamas Pushpam, Shanti Pushpam, Prema Pushpam. Like that, he has given all the good qualities as Pushpam. So, cultivating the divine qualities in us, which are like flowers, which we have to offer to the Lord. So, that is the flowers which the devotees have gathered and come. Not necessarily because everyone can bring any flowers, and then we go to Sri Pada Pujana with it. Okay. So it's also one is to worship the feet of the Lord, because in those days people used to be allowed to do Swami's Pada Puja. But Swami would say, if you do what is prescribed in the Vedas, Bhavadangri Mule, Sri Pada Pujana. By our feet we have to follow the rules which are prescribed in the Vedas. Okay. And that is an offering, that is the puja we worship of the Lord. So it also means that means cultivating good qualities and leading a life which is based on the rules prescribed in the Vedas or the scriptures. So that is also another meaning of this word, the inner meaning of this verse. But it's also a description of how devotees come to pray to the Lord. And we should do it with ardent desire. Maha Utsukataya. Okay, with great earnestness, the devotees are entering into the ashram. So that means we have already done. And when you have already done, and when you come, the Lord will have to give darshan, will give darshan and grant us joy. So this is what it means in a nutshell. Okay. So you can see if the first one was Swami was Tvannama Kirtana Rathastava. Okay. Singing your Lord. Before that, Swami, they are saying they have come, Chitravadi Tata Vishala Sushanta Saude Tishtanti Sevaka Janastava Darshanadam. They are also, we have come out of the flow of thoughts, Chitravati, okay, and we have come to the banks in a state of peace. The devotees are waiting, so please grant us darshan. Or wake up, awake. Or the next one is Tvannama, they are singing the glory of yours. Okay. This also you can see a description of everything which goes on in Prashant and Lem those days. So it also prescribes how we can worship. We can pick one of those and we can practice, and that way we can bring about divinity. So far we have seen those three. So today we looked at the Pada Puja aspect of it. I thought I will use this opportunity also to just give some grammar, Sanskrit grammar, because it's supposed to be a Sanskrit class, and knowing these will help you understand the language a little better. So I thought I will prepare some sentences which you can see and understand Sanskrit a little more. So we came across the use of, one second, Bhakta Pravishanti. So that is a sentence. Devotees enter. Or you can say devotees are entering. Because in Sanskrit there's only one present tense. There's nothing called simple present, present continuous. No, there's only one present. Swami says it is omnipresent. Okay, Bhakta Pravishanti, devotees enter. So Bhaktas is a plural of the word Bhaktaha. Bhaktaha is singular. Bhaktaha is plural. So if it's Bhaktaha, if one devotee enters, it's called Pravishati. Okay, Pravishati. Bhaktaha Pravishati means one devotee is entering. Bhaktaha Pravishanti means many devotees. Okay, many devotees are entering. Okay, so this is the Bhaktaha and Bhakta, singular and plural. Verb also is a singular verb and a plural verb. Pravishati versus Pravishanti. Okay, I thought I would just introduce you to that concept, because as you can see, the verb also takes on the number of the subject. Okay. Then we will look at the second sentence. Bhaktas kusumani adaya pravishanti. So devotees are having collected adaditi. Okay, that is the first. It's a verb. Okay. Adadati. Okay, that's the way the first the verb, present tense of it will be. I don't want to go into it because it's a very unique type of verb, so we will not go into it details. So they are doing one action first, and then they are entering. So adaya pravishanti. Okay, kusumani. So in this case, it's an object. Bhaktas kusumani adaya pravishanti. Devotees, flowers collecting, after collecting flowers, entering. Okay. Kusumani is plural, singular is kusumam. So I thought I will introduce that, because this is called a neuter gender, napumsakalinga. So kusumam becomes kusumani. In this case, bhaktaha becomes bhaktaha. So bhaktaha kusumam adaya pravishanti. That means somebody collects one flower and comes, we'll say bhakta, many flowers. All of them went and brought one flower. Bhakta kusumam adaya pravishanti. If you say one devotee, you will say bhaktaha. You will replace this with bhaktaha. Bhaktaha kusumam adaya pravishati. Okay. Bhakta kusumam adaya pravishanti. Okay, so I thought I would just introduce you to that. So another sentence also I thought I will explain, because how the adjectives work. Sanskrit. Bhaktaha manoharani kusumani adaya pravishanti. That means manoharani here is an adjective of kusumani. Okay. So usually the adjective, or it is you can't call it even an adjective. Another noun which describes the first noun, which is a subject to object, will also follow the same ending. Okay. In this case, Bhaktaha manoharani kusumani adaya pravishanti. So you can, in English, you can call it an adjective, but it's another word. See, two words are describing more or less the same thing. That's what it means. So it will have the same form. Okay. So there's another adjective which is used, divya. Okay. It doesn't say divyani. Okay. So it's divya kusumani manoharani. Manoharani. So it's another adjective, a descriptive noun. So it can also be written as a singular. It will be bhaktaha manoharam kusumam adaya pravishanti. So this one flower, kusumam manoharam. Okay. Bhaktaha manoharam kusumam adaya pravishanti. So basically I have said adjectives take on the same endings as nouns. Okay. So manoharam is singular adjective of the word kusumam, which is an object. In this case, because this is the subject, this is the object, and this is the verb. Okay. So manoharani and kusumani. So I thought I will just introduce this concept also. I don't want to make it, grammar can be a very not so attractive thing for people to learn, but I thought I will slowly, I at least identify some grammatical aspects of whatever we are learning. So to some extent you will have an understanding of how the language sentences are formed in Sanskrit. So with this, I think I will stop because we are at 10 o'clock. I would like to get feedback from you all, whether, the pace, the topics which I am covering, whether I should avoid something or whether I should include something. The feedback will be always good. So I think I'll stop here and I will see if anyone has any questions. Saira. Okay, I think that's, if there are no questions, maybe the class went well, or Sairam sister there, please.
Ram, I don't know.
Yes.
My question, this is what I feel because, I'm a Tamil, right? So if it is, for example, if we take a word cha, we only have one word. When it comes to Sanskrit, there are three, like sa mean, ish, sha, and all these different pronunciation, right?
Yes.
So is there any way you can spend your time to how to pronounce those words, like certain words? Is that I know you taught us before beginning class, but I'm still finding it difficult. But it doesn't mean everybody else should be okay. That's fine. That's something I wanted to ask you that.
Yeah, so I'm trying to do so. We can go over even these words. See the pronunciation. I think I try as much as possible to remind you all.
Yeah.
So let's take this one for example. Okay.
Yeah.
This sentence we can go over. Bhakta. So in this case, so there is pa varga. In the pa category, there are 4 distinct sounds. Pa, pa, ba, bha. Okay, these are 4 distinct sounds in the pa varga, not ignoring the nasal sound, which is ma. So all of them are with the lips. Okay, aushtya it's called. So the sound is produced with the mouth. Pa, pa. So the pa and pa, the difference is one has a little extra air. Then we make it softer, which is the ba, which is a bit more resonating. Ba. Then bha is the fourth one. So that this one is bha. So this letter is very common for bhajanam, bhakti, bhava. All of them use that fourth one, which is as if when you say the words, the air should come out. Okay, bha, ba, and bha. You can try. Ba is no air hitting the hand. Bha means air will hit. That means mahaprana. Okay, more air should be blown. So bha. Then the next two should be pretty simple. It's utta. Okay, so utta means ik and ta. It's a compound consonant, but I don't think Tamil should have too many problems. Aha. Okay, the visarga I have always said it is a air being let go. Okay, it should not be pronounced as ha, but as ha. Okay, bhaktaha. So there are a couple of ways people pronounce that ha. Some people pronounce it bhaktah. Some people pronounce it bhaktaha. Okay, so it's ha and not ha. The ha means it's a bit more guttural sound. You produce the sound, produce the sound ha, but it's just air actually, which will be similar to that, but there is no voicing of the sound. Bhaktaha. Okay, mano harani. So a lot of Tamils make a mistake in the ha. Okay, they say garani, mano garani or mano karani. They use either ka or ga, both are wrong from Sanskrit perspective. So it's mano harani. And the ni is the tongue should be pointed upwards. Na, ni. Okay, manoharani. The next word is kusumani. Ku is pretty simple. I think everyone should be fine because no air, no extra air, just the first ka. Su. Sometimes, people may tend to pronounce the shu. There are three sas. One is sa, which is the tongue touching the back of the teeth. Sa. Then there is one which is palatal, which is sh, which is the tongue is parallel to the mouth of the cavity, which is like cha. If the letter cha is pronounced that, okay, cha, cha. The same way you have to keep the tongue, but it should not touch the roof so much. Then you put a hissing sound that becomes sh, which is the palatal sh. Then there's a third one which we are not having here, which is the tongue bending. Just the way the tongue should be bent upwards. It's called murdanya, which is cerebral. So the tongue should point up and you say sh. Even many people in India who speak Sanskrit very fluently ignore that, but that's the way to pronounce it. Okay. So in this case, it's the dental sa, kusumani, kusumani. Again, see this ni is a dental ni. Okay, not the ni. This is softer ni, which is a dental. Okay, where your tongue is just behind the teeth. Ni. Ni and ni. You can practice ni, 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 ni. Like that, if you practice, the tongue also gets exercised. So, manoharani kusumani. Then the next word is adaya. I think it should be straightforward. Adaya. Again, this is the third da, no air, no extra air. Da. Okay, sometimes people don't distinguish both because one is da, which is little extra air. That's the fourth one. This is the third one, which is alpa prana in Sanskrit, a little bit of air only. Adaya. The last one is pravisha. This is what I said, the palatal sha. So the tongue should be parallel. Sha. SH, generally people pronounce this right always. It's SH. Pravishanti. Inti, it should be okay. So it's the same word here also. Maybe I will just go, if there are no questions, I will just go through the Once again, you can see the transliteration also here below. Okay. Thank you, Brother P. Hari Patel. Thanks. So I will just go through Adaya. Pretty simple for everyone, I guess. Divya. So again, this third da, no extra ya. Divya. Adaya. Divya. Kusumani. Mano. Ha. Ra. Ni. Okay. Again, the cerebral na. Shri, which is the palatal sha plus r and e. Shri. Pada. Pujana. We should not have problem. Pujana. This is the third ja, okay? It's no extra air. Pujana. We, there also we should not have any problem. This is dhim. Dhim. So this is the fourth da. So there should be a little extra air. Sri Pada. See the difference between the and this are different, okay? This is the. This is the. The only thing is extra air. Okay, generally we write it with an H, but the and the. So this is the extra air the, okay. We dhim. Then bha, again this is the bha which we looked at, which is extra air, which is the fourth letter in the pa varga, mahaprana or extra air, okay. Bha means you should, when you hold your hand, the air should hit your hand. Bhava, dang, gri. So, gri is one and gri is one. Gri is extra air has to be pronounced, okay. Bhava, dang, gri, mu, le. It should be okay. Kartum should be simple. Mahot sukataya. Okay, this sukataya. Ho, H, okay, this should be H. Here it says Mahot sukataya. See, sometimes in Tamils have a tendency to say Magot sukataya or Makot sukataya also. Ka or ga is used. They should watch out. When in Sanskrit it should be ha, H. Mahot sukataya. Pravishanti. Generally, people mix up. Where sir should be said, they will say sha. Where sha should be said, sometimes they will say sa. Okay. So in this case, sha, which is the palatal sha, pravishanti. Bha, again the fourth one. Okay, fourth pa, bha, with an extra air. Bhakta, pravishanti. Bhakta, Shri, Sathya, Sai, again Bhagavan, again the fourth Bha, okay, Bhagavan, Tava, Suprabha, again the fourth one, Suprabhatam. So that is just for the entire verse. So having collected divine flowers which are captivating, mind arresting, Sripada Pujana Vidhim, to do the divine pujana, worship of the divine feet, according to the rules, as it is told in Bhavad Angri Mule. However, how it has been prescribed in the Vedas. Kartum, to do that, Mahotsukataya, with great desire, ardent desire, Pravishanti, entering devotees. Oh Lord, devotees who have actually good quality, who have cultivated good qualities, who have overcome the mind, they are coming. They have done it according to the way it has been laid out in the scriptures. Again, the scriptures is nothing but Swami has said, that is the source of all knowledge. And oh Lord, we come. So it is also an instruction to us that God is everywhere. To bring him to life, we have to cultivate these good qualities and arrest our minds just the way it has been prescribed, just the way it has been ordained or instructed in the Vedas or by Swami. So with those, I'll stop. If there are no questions, we can. Okay, so maybe I will spend a little more time, I guess, to read and with pronunciation for the words. If I don't do it, just remind me, I will do. I understand that is the main purpose for many of you coming, just to get the right pronunciation and also understand the meaning. Like it's not as much for getting
Thank you.
Sairam.
Saira.
So if there are no questions, I think Sister Aruna wanted you wanted to.
Yes, Sairam, brother. Sairam, everyone. I just wanted to make a note today. There is a talk by Brother Aruno. It's organized by the Sri Sathya Sai Global Council of Sri Lanka. It starts at 10:30. So I have shared via WhatsApp the Zoom link and the details. So I wish everyone take a time to join for that talk too. Thank you, Sairam.
Yes. Okay, it's in Tamil. I hope only those who understand Tamil should join, but others are welcome. Sairam. Okay, so if there's nothing, I think we will close with Samastaloka and Shanti. Because sorry, I will give you 15 minutes because I will take about 15 minutes to get ready for my other programs. Okay, thank you. Sairam. Oh, Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sairam.